Well, hello everybody and welcome to the Healthy Happy Hour. Today we're making garlic chicken lo mein. And when I say garlic, it's got 10 cloves of garlic in it plus garlic powder. All right, here's what we're going to start doing. We're going to start getting our pan over some medium-high heat, and we're going to use a little bit of olive oil in there. Now, I've already got this chicken marinating, but here's what I did. I took some chicken and I cubed it, and that's chicken breast, and I cubed it. And then I put in some grated ginger, and that's fresh grated ginger, a little salt and pepper, a little bit of garlic powder, and we added to that a little bit of fish sauce. Now, Debbie, I know you are going to think, ew, fish sauce. It's just a sweet, it's like a teriyaki sauce. That's just the name of it. So we're going to mix all that together, make sure everything is well coated. And as I say, I've been marinating this for 30 minutes or so. That's what you'll want to do. I just wanted to show you how simple it was to get this marinade going.
Chad Haley is watching.
Hey, Chad. Hope you're doing good, man. Good to see and hear everybody today. Let's see if our pan is warm enough to put everything in. I should have been heating it over high heat, and I wasn't. So I was doing very low heat. So we'll let that work there for a while. Now, we got to use something called, scoot out a little bit, sweetheart. We've got to use Szechuan garlic butter. All right, so you can't buy Szechuan garlic butter anywhere around here. So what it is Szechuan, this is Szechuan peppercorns.
Aren't they hot?
No, they're not hot. They just have a specific taste to them. So I'm just going to take these peppercorns and crush them up. And I've got 2 tablespoons of butter here that's softened. And I'm going to put those peppercorns. That was a tablespoon of peppercorns.
Joseph Minish is watching.
Hey, Joseph, man, good to have you tuning in today. And I'm going to add garlic powder to that. So now I'm hoping this is soft enough. Oh, yeah. That it's going to just mix up. Garlic powder, Szechuan pepper, and butter.
David Cash is watching.
Hey, David's always watching. Hey, David, man. I was so tickled to see David talking about the band and see, whenever we were in school, we earned the right to go to the Chicago Southwest Midwest Music Festival in Chicago. We earned the right, but we graduated, so they got to go.
Oh, they
got to go. So the chicken goes in here. I smell gas. It smells like I've got a burner on. It's not. Oh. Might help if it. Why is it not? Okay, there we go. Scared me. I thought it was going to blow up the whole kitchen because I had gas smell and nothing going. So anyway, we got to start from cold pan. So that's going to have to cook 5 or 6 minutes. Thankfully, these little pieces of chicken, I actually use chicken tenderloins that I got from Quality Foods. By the way, Quality Foods is our sponsor. They're on Big A Road in Toccoa. Check them out. I'm there every Tuesday shopping, and they always, every employee asks me, what are you having on the cooking show tomorrow night? So always good to have the folks at Quality Foods. Now to this, in just a few minutes, we're going to add mushrooms. We're going to add broccoli florets, which I've already prepared. We're going to take some green onions, and I'm going to slice them. And it's kind of hard to slice them because they're a little curvy, but I'm going to do my best to slice them without cutting my finger off. And I'm going to cut them in half so that I can slice them up a little bit. And this one I can slice fairly good like that.
Artie Ridgway.
Artie, man. Artie is a big-time painter. Man, I was looking at I'm cleaning out my shop, Artie, my woodworking shop. I've decided to retire from woodworking, and I have got so many cans of paint. And, you know, you just accumulate those things over the years. I've got lacquers, and I've got all kind of things. And the best thing to do, I guess, is just throw it away because I don't know how good it is. I don't know how many years it's frozen sitting out there in the shop. So I am I'm in a cleaning out mode today. Debbie called me at one point, and I have taken several loads to Carter's Royal Disposal today. I even took all my model cars that I built when I was a little kid. You know, they mean something to me, but they don't mean anything to anybody else. And when we're dead and gone, our kids are going to throw them in the dumpster, and I'm just going to do it now instead of them having to do it. Isn't that sad? But that's the way life is. 2 stalks of celery. I'm just getting those cut up and sliced. So we're going to slice the celery. Meanwhile, finally, the chicken is coming up to temperature. That's good. Oh, hey, Artie, I don't know if you're still on here or not, but we have got a show tomorrow night at Moogie's that's going to be unbelievable. I'm bringing back a lot of the old timers. I got Robin Collins. I got Gary Collins. David Smith is co-hosting with me. I got Donnie Poole. I got Russell Shore. I got Brian Hardman. And I think maybe somebody else. I've forgotten. Anyway, it is going to be a fantastic show. So excited about that. I've already cored this red pepper. So I've already taken the seeds and the ribs out. So now all I have to do is just slice it up. I didn't want you to have to see me go through all of those steps. So just slicing it up.
Ashley Gregory's watching.
Ashley's watching. Ashley sends me, man, I tell you what, she sends me recipes. Some of them are just fantastic, and I try to save them till later, Ashley. I'm working on getting them on as quick as I can, but some of those things are great. Some of them I have to augment a little bit and make them a little more healthy than what they are, but we can find a way to do that. So we got those things set aside. Now it's time to shred our cabbage. This has shredded cabbage in it. What I've done, I don't want big pieces of cabbage, so what I've done is I've quartered a cabbage, and now I'm just going to slice little thin slices of it, and that will go in a little while. And that's got to cook for 6 or 8 minutes, because we still want the cabbage to have some integrity. We don't want it to be completely limp like if you were boiling cabbage, but we do want it to have a little bit of integrity. So we're going to make sure that it gets in there, and it may even char a little bit, and that'd be okay. So I'm getting all these vegetables are going to go in here. I'm just going to go ahead and put those in here. Boy, that's a lot of stuff to go in that skillet, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Let's hope that things cook down. I got the biggest skillet you can buy. Surely that's going to be okay. So we'll do this. Matter of fact, I think it's about time for me to turn my chicken. Yeah, it's starting to do really well. Building up some nice fines on the bottom of the pan. I like that. This chicken is very thin because, like I said, I was using tenderloins, which is kind of like if you took chicken breast and thinned it by beating it or slicing it. So it cooks through fairly quickly. It doesn't take a full 6 to 8 minutes, although the recipe calls for that. Now, Debbie and I had a chance last week. We went to Daytona, and I didn't go for the race. We left before the race started, but we did go to the Speedway, and we did go to, we went to see the F1 movie in IMAX across the street from the Speedway. That's pretty cool, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It was a very good movie. Like Debbie said, a lot of racing in that movie. And Lee Diffie, if you know him, he is the anchor, the Australian anchor on NBC race coverage. And Lee probably had a bigger part in that movie than anybody. He was on the majority of the movies because a lot of it was racing and a lot of it was his commentary. Very proud of him. He does a great job. So we're excited for Lee Diffie doing that. So I want to let those go 3 or 4 more minutes. And then we'll take the chicken out and start on the veggies. I still got to cut up this last little bit of cabbage here, so let me shred it. And I'm just going for a shred. Quarter maximum thickness, I guess you'd say. And I'm doing that just with the claw method. I'm putting my hands there just to kind of guide me as a fence, so to speak. So we're putting that in there. So that'll go in. And then one more last one here.
If you get a little bit more, you're going to have too much for the pan.
I know. I'm hoping that all this will cook down some.
I hope so too. You still got
We
mushrooms.
shall see. Yeah, mushrooms.
And broccoli.
Well, the mushrooms and broccoli can go in later. So we'll have a chance to get this in. But you got to remember, the chicken's coming out.
Okay.
So it's not going to be part of what's going on. Now, we've got to get ready. In just a few moments, we'll put our, the last couple of minutes here, we're going to put garlic in. And we're putting in 5 cloves. Half of the garlic goes in now. And I didn't get I'll use this knife. I'm going to reduce that heat on down because I don't want that burning. So 5 cloves of garlic will go in. And you just want it to be in for a couple of minutes to get fragrant. So that's why it goes in the last 2 minutes here. It just gives a lot of flavor. Again, this is garlic chicken lo mein. So it's going to take a lot of garlic in this in order to make it have the taste that it needs to have. So we're going to do that.
Danny Gant.
Danny Gant, man, Danny Gant. You been out racing? Or
Said Terry is shaking down the truck tonight.
I saw where he was. Yep, Terry's going to shake down the Grinch down at Hartwell. I hope that's going to go good for him. I know he loves that, and he sent me the paint colors as he was trying to fix it out, and said, "You think I got the right color?" I've been with Terry on this throughout the whole process. I'm excited for him. Yep, tonight Hartwell's going to see how the track is. They're going to have a practice session tonight, so I hope it goes well for Jeremiah and
I saw a picture of it online.
You saw it?
Real
Yeah.
good, yeah.
And half of our garlic butter's going in here. So I'm just going to take this fork and put half of the garlic butter in it. And that's going to provide a little necessary bit of liquid, I guess, as that butter melts. We're going to take all this fond. That's good flavor right there. Man, that's good flavor. So we're going to take all that fond, and we're going to get that worked up in here. And I think our chicken is done enough now.
Pour it out.
That I can pour it out, and I'm going to see if I can do it over this without spilling it all over the place. You may notice our house has accessories everywhere. You know, I'm married to an interior designer. Debbie is an accessory person. When we were building this house, I was putting the cabinets in. I was actually in the process of installing the cabinets, and she was already decorating the countertops. I can't tell you how many things I knocked over while I was trying to build the cabinets in this place. But such is the life with a decorator. All right, these are going in. The shrooms, we got room for them. They're going in as well. Now, you notice the last few weeks I've been taking mushrooms and putting them in the microwave first. Well, that's because you want to get them really soft and cooked through. These are not going to be that way. These are going to be kind of crunchy. So we're putting all of this in, including the broccoli. And we're just going to let this wilt down just a little bit.
Don't you need some liquid?
We get ready to do that, sweetie pie. So we've got the cabbage, the broccoli, we've got the sliced green onions, the mushrooms, and the celery. And we stir fry these in the oil for about 4 or 5 minutes. Just stir frying. Then, ooh, got an escapee over there. We'll, I can't let that go. I clean my stove. Don't worry, it's clean and it will cook. Whatever doesn't get cleaned will cook out. That's my philosophy. Yeah, we're just going to let this stir fry. Now, to stir fry, obviously you gotta let it. You got to stir it, and you got to let it fry. So we're going to let that go. Now we're going to make our lo mein noodles. No, can't have lo mein noodles. Not the traditional kind of lo mein noodles. Not the buckwheat noodles. So we're making zoodles. You know how much I love zoodles. So we're spiralizing with our great little spiralizing jig here. Spiralizing 1 zucchini. And let's see if we can do this. This adds another layer of vegetables because we're putting the zucchini in. You get plenty of vegetables in this meal. That's why it's so good for you, because it's protein and vegetables, and you just can't beat that. And not a lot of carbs. A little bit from the fish sauce and the hoisin sauce that's going to go in. Yeah, the hoisin sauce goes in as well. So we're going to take these things and we're going to cut these up just to mimic little noodles as well.
Make your scissors out.
Yeah, I do.
Do
I do.
Oh, I see them now.
So we're going to take this and we're going to cut these into
More edible.
medium-sized chunks, so that there's not so that they don't have such long strings. When you're spiralizing, sometimes you get 8 and 9 inch strands, and we're not wanting that. I'll have to tell you, a friend of mine was a preacher talking about lo mein. A friend of mine was a preacher, and he always talked about that he never liked to fly. And somebody asked him, they said, why don't you like to fly? He said, because the Bible says clearly, Lo, I am with you always. All right, so here we go. And we don't mind if we get a little charring on these. That's going to be even greater if we can get some charring on these things going. So we still got a little bit of work to do on this stir fry to get these going like we want. They'll start releasing a little bit of moisture, and that's okay. But they'll also start to, what am I trying to say? They'll get smaller. They're going to start to shrink. Yeah, they're going to start to shrink because a little bit of that water is cooking out and frying up while it's doing it.
Melinda Rolander's wife.
Melinda said she had to have that. She said, I got to have the recipe. I knew she'd be tuning in. Melinda, don't worry. If you hadn't tuned in, I would have sent you the recipe anyway because I know you like it. Where's Josh racing this weekend? I know it's Labor Day weekend. Man, there's places racing all over the country this weekend. I want that to go just a couple of minutes more. Oh, that's going to be so good. Look at those things just getting all charred. I need to kind of turn this over and get some of those things on top down in the bottom. That might be a smart thing to do. I think I talked about this on the show the other week. Ann Burrell was a restaurant critic, a restaurateur that we like to watch on the Cooking Channel a lot. And Ann committed suicide. She took her own life a few weeks ago. And Debbie and I talk often about Robin Williams and people that are like that. And that's just such a sad thing that there's nothing left to live for, you know. And I don't quite understand it. But then again, that's why we don't understand it, because we don't recognize what people like that are always going through. And that's a sad, sad thing.
Melinda says they haven't been running open wheels.
Oh, you haven't? What y'all running? Oh, the tracks haven't been running open wheel. I got you. I know Tacola's running open wheel Sunday night. I think Tacola, every time they race, they run open wheel. I don't know if has Josh raced at Tacola. I know he's raced at Livonia a number of times. All right, so we are ready now to put in our, get that little rascal in there, put the chicken back in. And we've got some other things to put in as well. We're going to grate a little more ginger. And I grated this ginger earlier and put it in the marinade, but I'm going to grate a little more ginger.
Watch those knuckles.
I'm doing my best, sweetie. Can't always depend that there's not going to be a little bit of Charles in this dish.
Oh, great.
So I want to get as much of that off of the back side of that as possible. This grater was too thin, and I took an ice pick and went in and opened up every one of those pores so it would grate a little thicker and get what I wanted out of it. Now to this, we're adding soy sauce. And here is some hoisin sauce. Now hoisin sauce, another Chinese, one of those Chinese sauces. It just varies. It's different than teriyaki sauce, but it is a sweet type sauce. So we're going to get everything worked in and try to get that all mixed in there with the hoisin sauce and the fish sauce. I've still got more fish sauce to put in as well. Well, it's looking good, isn't it?
It is.
That's looking really, really good. All right, now it's time to put in the lo mein, the noodles, which are actually zoodles. You know, you can actually buy zoodles nowadays at Olive Garden. They have a number of recipes that you can replace with zoodles instead of noodles.
I didn't know that.
Yep, they got them on the menu, zoodles. Get back in there. So we want to do this number and get those incorporated well. Now we want to put in our remaining fish sauce.
What is this oil?
That was the soy sauce.
Okay. We got that to go.
Yeah, and the butter goes in. This is the garlic, Szechuan garlic butter.
Kathy Carroll watching.
Kathy, hey, glad you're in tune tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. By the way, folks, don't forget to go buy Quality Foods and tell them how much you appreciate me doing the Healthy Happy Hour. They would appreciate knowing that. And usually every week I tell them how many thousands of viewers we have. Hopefully it's over 1,000. Now I've got one more thing I got to do right here at the very end. It's time for 5 more cloves of garlic.
We're not going to be able to kiss tonight. You know that, don't you?
Well, we'll both be garlicky, so we'll be okay.
Okay.
Have I ever gone to bed without kissing you goodnight?
No,
Ever?
Never.
Never. Not never. Okay, so there's the third. No, the second. I don't know what that is. I think I had more. These were smaller, so I put a couple of them in where one was called for because some of them were pretty large, and I figured that I needed to separate these as much as possible to try to get what would be 5 cloves of garlic in. So there we go. All right, so now we're going to take all of this goodie in here. That's going to go in too because that's all good garlic flavor. So we'll put that aside. We'll lost my tool, yeah. So we're going to put that in. And of course, salt and pepper to taste. You can use soy sauce if you want. I use reduced sodium soy sauce, but you can always salt and pepper to taste because you never know what it's going to be like. So there we are, and I did not get out a plate to plate this. And when I do Chinese, I always like to plate on a square plate. I don't know why I like to do that, but I like to plate it on a square plate. And this needs no garnish. That is a fantastic dish. Look at that. It's got cabbage. It's got chicken. It's got garlic. It's got fish sauce, hoisin sauce. It's got broccoli. It's got red bell pepper. It's got zucchini. That is a great, great dish. All you got to do is like it, and I will send you the recipe. That's it. Bye, everybody. Shop at Quality Foods. Don't forget. Bye-bye.